Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Cheers. Ooh, sorry to y'all eardrums.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Ooh, that's right.
We have struggled our way in here.
Oh, girl. Yes.
And we appreciate y'all for being with us
We do.
today, this week, anytime that you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, is it we that you're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to another episode of Toeachhisownpodcast. I am the controversial one, CHRISSIE.
And I'm the authentic one, Anna.
And together we are
To each
his own. Well, you should know, but if you don't, let's just start this episode by saying, y'all see it.
Y'all see it?
Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champions,
Mm-hmm.
2024-2025 season. They got out there and did the damn thing.
Indeed.
Okay? The damn thing. And that's why we're struggling in here now.
Mm-hmm.
As we are recording this episode literally just off the brink of the win. We ain't even parade yet.
Mm-hmm.
By the time y'all see this, the parade will have happened during this recording.
Yes.
Ooh,
this is pre-parade.
This is pre-parade.
This is
and we sure enough did
this
parade.
Is, y'all still managed to. That lady sat up there in that chair and asked y'all not to climb them posts.
And they didn't climb them. They knocked them down.
Y'all knocked them down and y'all carried them and took them where only God knows. What was the point?
They carried them poles like Jesus crucifixion.
They
cross.
really did. Like, and y'all still climbing them. And God rest the soul of the young gentleman who was a Temple student who did injure himself and then wound up, passing away.
Present condolences.
May he rest in peace.
Family.
But please, people, let that be a lesson. Be safer out here.
Right.
We get it. Y'all want to celebrate. Y'all was on the trash trucks. Y'all was where did y'all get them towels from? Where did y'all get them hotel towels from that y'all was burning?
They went into the hotels and got them. The people probably was throwing them out the window, and they probably just went in there and was, everybody was excited, so they probably just was ransacking shit.
Happening. It really was.
Hold on. Shout out to the Philly girls jump.
Yes.
Y'all was out there double dutching down Broad
dope.
Street.
That was dope.
Hear me?
That was really dope.
Okay, I said the girls better get it down Broad Street. I was trying to make it to y'all, but I couldn't find a way to park. I tried, y'all. So I was just beeping in the traffic. We was all tooting beeping in the traffic, okay? All up and down the highways and byways, okay? Hanging out the windows and carrying on.
Yes.
And hollering and everything.
I think I listened to blow the whistle on repeat the whole way.
Yo, okay? And that's probably why if you listening and you like, why she sound a little different, why we sound a little deeper, it's the Eagles' fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the Eagles' fault. But well-deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved.
I'm proud of us.
I feel like the game could have just ended at halftime, to be honest. I don't even know why they kept it going. Absolutely. I guess for the legality reasons, you got to play the whole game. But I didn't feel like it was necessary. It was a blowout. It was
they did
belt
a great job.
to ass, as they said.
Yes.
Okay? And you know what warmed my heart?
What?
I saw a video of multiple Eagles players just talking about giving shout out to God and and Jesus, and talking about how this strengthened their relationship with Him and how it helps them make the way. It warmed my heart. I said, and see, you know what? This is why we won. This is why we won. Okay, a heart of a lion, soaring like an eagle. Soul of the Lord. Yes.
Shout out to the Eagles though. For
yes,
sure.
I love it. It's all the memes for me.
No, the best part was the fact that we really sat there and had birthday cake for Saquon.
Yo, we really did. I forgot all about that. They had
really
birthday
cake. Out cake in the bar.
Happy birthday, say motherfucking Quan.
And they really was
the other bull. Yeah, I had my cake. I ate my cake.
I tore that cake.
I sure enough did. Happy birthday, Saquon, bitch. It was if it's one of our friends' birthday, it's all our birthday, bitch. So we was in there like it was all our birthday. The city won the Super Bowl.
The Gene, but they call him the John. What's his name? Is it? I don't want to mess up his first name. But yeah, it's his 22nd birthday too.
The other guy whose birthday is this year, the player.
Yeah, I'm like, he's so young. I know this feels great to him. What a crazy.
They're saying that this is one of the best Eagles teams that Philadelphia had, like overall in a long time or in their history. Like they're saying this is a great team. Like, this might be the best team that they had, like overall.
I can definitely
this. I'm proud of you. My
You sound
heart
like an auntie.
smiled. It did my heart smile. I learned a little bit more about football. I was excited.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
Well, you didn't. You wasn't no help.
She get mad at me because she want to talk during it. I'm not
Because
saying.
all I say is what's that? Because when everybody cheering and stuff, I want to know what it mean outside of a touchdown. So I don't be going to sit there looking goofy. She don't be going to tell me. Shout out to my sister. She told me. She lost some money on her parlays, but she told me.
Child, y'all in them parlays, I don't know. That's the one thing I can't get jiggy with. And I don't even know everything about football, but you know.
Really said she lost $128,000 on the game because she bet on the Chiefs.
She's crazy, out of her mind. She's out of her fucking mind.
She talking about if anybody looking for ass, I'm selling it.
$128,000.
Because she betted on the Chiefs.
Baby.
It was a lady who, I saw a video of a lady who betted $1 million on the Chiefs as well. A little old white woman.
Big money, man. That's crazy.
I can't believe that y'all dared in your heart to bet against the Eagles.
I wonder how, if I know for sure Gilly had to place a bet, but I wonder how much he won though. I know he had to play. Ain't nobody.
I know he had multiple parlays, all kind of bets going on. Listen, shout out to everybody who won the coin, the money, okay? Because the Eagles did the done bun, okay? Thank you.
The big one.
Stuck a fork in the Chiefs. Choo choo. They did.
Funny as shit.
And they joke again. That's why we sit here and our Eagles paraphernalia.
Yes.
Merched down. Okay.
Looking crazy right now.
Official. Okay. Well, again, well deserved because we had a time. Girl, it took me a while. You know how nappy this wig was this morning.
Bro,
baby,
I just take a
That's another reason why I got this head on. Because, baby, the struggle I had to go through to make sure this joint got on my head.
You won't piss me off. I hate you so bad.
Woo! All right, yo. So that was our shout out to the Eagles. We gonna quickly get into.
Wait, sidebar.
What?
I was really feeling Kendrick's dungarees. I was. That's his just a sidebar. Sneakers? No, his dungarees, his jeans.
Oh, everybody is saying that. I hated them.
Yeah, I think they fit him
and
well.
And everybody keep calling them fucking. No. What is it? They keep calling them not Wild Leg jeans. What's the official name?
Flares.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not the name. That's not what he had on.
I mean, yeah, they was kind of flare. They was 70s-esque for sure. They were flare jeans. He just so little, and he probably had them tailored. They were tailored perfectly to him, though. They fit very nice. That's more. I think
normally though the wide flare it normally covers your whole shoe and covers your whole foot.
Yeah, that's why I know for sure.
Yeah, but that's what everybody's calling them bell bottoms. I'm like, he didn't. I'm like, they're not bell bottoms.
They were definitely flare though. They were flare. They were
yeah, sure not bell. That's
they was way wider. They was wider than boot cut. So
yeah, they was wider than boot cut, but yeah, bell bottoms they were not. That's what everybody. I'm like, y'all have the wrong term. Just saying.
I hate you.
His performance was well done, well deserved. Big impact. Let's see what happens next.
I just admire it because I think it speaks a lot. It says a lot about him as a person and how far he's willing to go and how much thought he puts into his artistry and what he stands for, and he doesn't waver on it. And I admire shit like that. So yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, he gonna die on that.
And them dungarees.
And shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. Shout out to Uncle Samuel. Word the mother.
He was lit.
He was. All right, what else is going on the list real quick? What's going on in the streets? Okay, so we have one more thing. The Eagles was just a big thing. So, of course, that's the majority of the What's Going On segments of this week because that's what it is. This is all this week is about the Eagles. Bottom line, hands down. If you don't like it, oh well. You know what I mean?
You don't have anything to do with that.
Exactly. See you next week. You know what I'm saying? When we talking less about the Eagles, but this week it's all Eagles, baby. Like I said,
you and this. Go ahead.
Y'all see what's going on, but just real quickly, just to get into some other things going on the list. I saw this and I said I thought this was interesting, so I wanted to bring it to the table. So I named it the goodbye text. So I came across this on the blogs because I wanted to know in this scenario, like, do y'all think this woman is wrong? Would y'all have done the same thing? Like, just give me your thoughts. So, real quick, here it is. The woman says, my husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after one day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on the morning of our wedding. It was a goodbye text, for goodness sake. Not in I will always love you text, not in drop everything and meet me at the altar text. I needed to say goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me my sensitive, nostalgic girlies understand. Unfortunately, girl, I don't. I don't. Because to me, if you needed closure, and I'm not one of them people who feel like closure is necessary. I don't believe in closure, whatever. But for those who need it, to each his own. But if you felt like you needed that, why did you wait till your wedding day to do so? Bitch, you was planning this wedding for how long? You knew
Yeah, I
you
could
were
see.
getting married. Why did you wait to your wedding day to do so? I don't feel like he would have been as upset if he would have saw the text message in your phone maybe a year before, maybe a little while after y'all had gotten together or whatever the case may be. But on your wedding day, I think that was
A bit much.
the tipping point, that made him upset.
Mm-hmm. Precisely. I agree.
I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all feel like a closure text is necessary? I mean, do y'all even feel like what she did was necessary?
Honestly, I don't.
Was the time frame was it necessary, but the time frame was just wrong? What y'all think?
This next statement I'm about to say probably will sound super effed up to some people, but I was taught that closure is fucking fake. It's not a real thing.
I believe in closure.
So, that's something that you provide for yourself. If you're deciding to walk away from a situation, that right there is the point where that's that the door's closing. That's just how I've always felt.
I feel like it's like forgiveness. People like forgiveness is for you, not the other person. Mm-hmm. Closure is for you, not the other. Get that, but like within yourself.
Yes, and even with my going through life and going through different situations, like even though I was told that, I like what I've witnessed and knowing, having that so-called wisdom or knowledge ahead of whatever I've deemed, whatever I think made me feel this way, whatever. I can't even get my statement out. What I'm trying to say is basically my life's experiences proved that to me. I don't think that closure is something that you have to ask from another person. You don't need the other person. You don't need their blessing to say, this no longer serves me. I don't want to be involved with you. That's just because whether they accept it or not is not your business. Whatever you want and how you, live your life is how it's going to be.
Period.
And that's just how I see that. So honestly, the only way I could give her a little bit of leeway is, for one, because I know you're saying, people take time to plan weddings. Cool. If this was a situation where it was like, it was a flash in the pan, we dated, he figured out in a couple months that we want to get married, and it was like we maybe had a few conversations, and it's just like, because some people do get married like that.
Even if it was a quick wedding, you still had time. You could you had time between the time your husband asked you to marry him and the day y'all got married. You had time. You had time, huh? Exactly.
Right.
Like if you wanted to get it out.
Now that's something I've done before in life, and I agree that would have been fitting if it was that deep, Right.
And even if it didn't, I do agree with you on that. Even if it didn't, why did you keep the text message? If it was supposed to be for closure and it was supposed to be a goodbye text, why didn't you delete it? Delete all that shit. Like why in her head, a man would process that as it's probably something else that you want to get from this. It's something else that you probably expecting.
Trying to basically leave,
a little door open.
The door open.
Yeah, a man would process it that way.
I can't be mad, and I ain't mad at whoever she's getting married to or plan to get married to. I don't know if it is still happening now because it is, but like, nah, man. Like,
she said that he canceled their honeymoon pretty much. They went home after one day of their honeymoon, and when he saw the text message.
So it sounds like annulment is coming.
That's what it sounds like to me. Because if he had already spent money on their honeymoon, I'm quite sure it was at least 5 days a week.
Oh yeah, we finna have a time.
And he canceled it after one day. And that means he completely paid for everything because he was able to cancel it and go home because, bitch, I just stay. I'm like, okay, if you mad, you can leave. Bye. Annulment can be coming because I'm be out here looking for me a new bed.
Not looking for a new man.
He about to leave me anyway.
Mm.
What Patty say? I got a new attitude.
Sips alcoholic tea.
Listen, he wouldn't have been able to leave. You can leave. I'm not going nowhere. Thank you.
Honestly, I would listen. Even if you want to be beefing cool with you, we finna rock this vacation out. You can go look for some bitches, and I could be over here minding my business, and then we gonna go home. I'm always down for a vacation.
Because you're not gonna get your money back. I guess you was mad, but you're not gonna get your money back.
I'd have even sold it like, don't you need to process this? Why would you go back to the real world? You know,
right? Like if you want to be that mad, okay. If you want to get separate rooms for now or something like that, like we can do that, but I'm not going to fuck home.
Fucking around, yo. Like
I'm not going home. He played and she played. God bless both of y'all.
I'd have been like jet ski me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. All the best. Hopefully, things worked out and mapped out in that relationship. We don't like to just see things go down the drain. We're not, rooting for that, but we just telling y'all what we would do. Okay.
Yeah.
To each his own. No God hate. Bless you, because he would have left me. Things, yeah. Next thing he would have seen me was the picture. All you would have seen is this from the bed. He would have on the plane by.
Pissing me off.
Period.
Still smiling.
Right. I went out there and found me a big boss, okay?
She want a big dog.
She want a big dog.
Yes, Lord.
Come on, quiet.
Woo! I had to hit that one time. For the one time. Okay, we gonna shake a sanctuary up, girl. Child, me and you cannot go to church together. We already figured that out. That does not need to be a thing. Okay? Listen. You will not. Okay?
Adriana, please.
All right, damn. I ain't even do that. Chill. You ready? Can I move on? Do I have your blessings?
Give us the damn balls, please.
Not tears, bitch. Anyway, so the boss of the week this week is Philadelphia Juice Bar. Honest Ingredients, Philly's #1 juice bar.
Bitch.
You can order cleanses. They are open Monday through Friday, and they are located on 1540 Ridge Avenue. Yes, we love to see it. Again, that is Philadelphia Juice Bar. They're located on 1540 Ridge Avenue. So, it looks like they have season specials from time to time. And they have very fresh, very good sourcing.
What is wrong with her?
So, get down there. And if you want to try juicing, why not try it with them?
Honest, they giving us some healthy shit.
Yes, I love a good juice. What? It be having your skin on a bean, like.
Okay, juicy jeeps.
You talk about the ghetto kind, but I agree. They got their work, especially the apple juice. Good as fuck. It is. So, are we ready for the first topic? Don't you dare look at me like that.
I didn't even do anything.
In that tone of voice.
What's the first topic, Adriana?
The Black Impact. It is still Black History Month. It is still our time to shine, regardless of what the haters and the naysayers say. So we have this topic here called the Black Impact. So Isaac Hayes III thought it would be a wise idea to create a thread about like what happened if he asked artificial intelligence, what would happen if the entire Black community left Instagram, TikTok, and X? Just completely left the platform and never came back. And he asked, what impact would that have on these platforms in a multitude of ways? And he concluded the thread thereafter. So, first and foremost, cultural impact was the first thing. So, it talks a little bit about loss of cultural relevance, decline in viral content, and reduction in community identity.
That would absolutely happen.
I agree. I was like, ooh.
Social media would be plain as shit.
It really would. Because, again,
there would be no source.
Yeah, even from the perspective, like it's stated here, from loss of cultural relevance, we do spearhead and we do come up with a lot of, just by being us, living our, like, what we deem as decent or the trend at the time. We are the ones who make these trends. And we simply do it by existing and recording it, documenting it.
Yeah.
A lot of it happens because people are sharing these bits and pieces of their lives on a daily basis, and it just so happens to take off. Like, oh snap, people gravitate towards what they relate to, you know. So, or what makes them feel good, honestly, even if they don't necessarily have that same experience. So I could see that being a big thing. Like, honestly, when you look at how, like, even with the 90s resurging and the way people are dressing now, like noticing like a lot of those trends starting to come back, and like how a lot of the girl, even with makeup and hairstyles, it's just like, woo, okay, like, you know, we had the 90s first, but it's great to see it come back. I'm not mad at it.
Need a good 90s flow.
Yeah, I'm not really mad at it.
I'm gonna give me a French roll, big baby.
I know that's the fuck right.
Love me a good French roll in a bowl. I definitely had a Maxine Shaw ball back in the day when I was a young bull. Waterfalls was my shit too. Remember the spikes?
Yes, with the twisties. That was an era. That was definitely an era.
The big ass swoop bang. Okay. Yeah.
And it would be like a decline in viral content, probably, because we have a lot of, I don't care what nobody say, we was born. Black people have personality in their deoxyribonucleic acid. They just do.
And I don't feel like others support social media the same way that we do, like you said, and kind of provide that source. It would be a decline in viral content. I feel like others may watch each other, but maybe not for the same, I guess, maybe reasons. Per se, again, the sauce is just not there. Y'all don't want to copy off of each other because y'all boring. Y'all want to copy off of us.
And it's so, what I love most about us is that we're in all different spaces in the world. So even my experience versus someone from the UK is completely different, but we're still Black, which is a beautiful thing. It's just like, it's such a rainbow and such a mixture of different elements. You know, so absolutely. It's all kinds of stuff that we're responsible for out there, and I love it. So what's another thing? Oh, engagement and user activity. So there will be an average drop in daily active users, ripple effect on non-Black users, and content homogeneity. Okay, sorry, couldn't get that out. It's stemming from the word homogenous, meaning everything is one uniform thing. So yeah. Lack thereof when it comes to innovation, originality, because that's what we always bring. Content will definitely be, it would be bland, repetitive, the same old mundane shit.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. They don't
decrease retention. People's attention spans, they wouldn't be paying attention to stuff, so we'll probably just get, I don't know. Social media would definitely be a different space. It would be, I can't say, I'm not trying to get us canceled. I don't want to say quote unquote whitewash, but it just wouldn't be as diverse. For sure, right?
And really, I mean, everything that this list is really different ways that it would be, like you said, for lack of a better term, whitewashed or flushed. Very repetitive. There would not. It kind of would almost remind me of a class yearbook. You would have like the things that you were supposed to have, a little bit of fun activity in there, because it might be a few people, doing some things or showing off, doing some things that people like, and then I think it would just look like a general, like a hierarchy, like, you know what I mean? Like it would just look like a virtual yearbook almost. I felt like if we didn't exist on it,
a virtual yearbook, that's funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it would just be boring as shit. Because when you go down this list, think about it. These are all he identified 8 major categories with subcategories. Yep. So after the engagement and user activity, he goes to cultural innovation, which was talked about in the one previous. Reputation and brand perception, decline in creativity and innovation, like we said before, that was spoken about before. Loss of global conversations. Like you said, the diversity would not be there. Platform integrity and identity. That's what I mean. That hierarchy would almost create, almost like the haves and the have-nots kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like a scale. And finally, long-term viability. So again, that loss of momentum, that risk of irrelevance, the risk of things not keeping up and eventually fading out and not being useful to people anymore. So this is why our creations, this is why we matter, this is why we are here, this is why diversity is important. Period. Although I do feel like, I think I said this before. I feel like
I'm done with you.
You don't think so?
I'm done with you. I want to remain here. Don't start your shit today. Please.
I didn't. They didn't hear me.
They did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Did y'all hear me?
Yes. Say it with me.
I'm just saying. I just feel like that's true. So with that being said, um, Africa, Americas, us people of color, melanatic folk, we're important. We are it's nothing better to say than the sauce, the seasoning. We use seasoning. A lot of other people don't. This is why.
I'm done with you.
No, for real. So we are the seasoning of the world. We are the world. We are the seasoning.
Every day I wonder. Every fucking day. You ready? Because why?
You have anything else to say about that?
I do not.
Moving on. So, anyway. So, it seems like every once in a while, on to the next topic, we come down to this, something surrounding a birthday. Birthday dinner, birthday ideas, girl of the birthday, some sort of idea, invite, whatever. This time, the business of birthdays have been taken to another level. So, a little while back, there was a young lady who went viral because she screenshotted an invitation that she received from her friend for their birthday. The birthday was an invitation that charged the guests $500. It says $4.99. That sounds cute. I'm just going to round it up. That's charged them $500 to attend. The birthday party was only for 2 hours. And if they decided to bring a guest or a plus one, the charge for the plus one was $250. So she kind of posted it and kind of asking, pretty much, is she crazy for, if she doesn't go, should she go? How should she really feel about it? And of course, the comments go haywire. So I wanted to bring this to the couch, to the big comfy couch, because I want to know, first of all, what are your thoughts on the charging? People do have events in charge, for them. But I feel like the price normally makes sense, given to whatever the event is, or however it's set up, whatever comes with it. For something to be 2 hours, and you charging me first of all, $500 for 2 hours. We could. Where are we going? What are we doing? We could have went on a trip for this at the least. Like this,
especially if I gotta pay for a guest. That's really.
And you don't have to pay for a guest. That's if you decided to bring a guest.
Right.
And how is somebody that you don't know cheaper than somebody that you do know? First of all.
Why is it buy one get one half off? What is it?
Right.
Exactly?
Buy one get one half off.
Because I'm not understanding.
What is this Mickey D price you have? This Mickey D deal.
What in the value menu?
The value menu is this.
Yo, shut up.
The bougie value menu.
I don't know.
Is this.
I really, honestly, I need to know more about this.
And she didn't give any details. Like I don't feel like the invitation came with enough details either. Like you didn't tell me what we were doing. You just said it was a birthday party, or birthday. Did it say dinner or party? It just said birthday celebration. So we don't even know what it is. Like I don't know if I'm coming to dinner. I don't you know what I mean? Are we going on a jet? Or you know what I mean? I don't know what this consists of. What's the content of the event going to be? Because I would need to know all of that before I gave you my coin. If it made sense, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's worth it.
And honestly, judging by so there's specific things that are redacted from the flyer that she posted. So I'm guessing those are the details about what is going on. And it's just like, well, bitch, are we having dinner in the sky? Like, is there a
I feel like if she had to question it, it wasn't
what
enough.
Is happening?
I feel like if she needed to post it because it was a wow factor and she posted it on Reddit, like, am I crazy? Am I a bad friend or whatever for not going? I felt like it was probably obscene. Because if you,
I don't
like, you know
know.
what I mean? I feel like if you ask for a public opinion, like, am I bad for not going to this? Then it most probably was not worth it.
And then, but then in my head, I'm just like, okay, well, bitch, either pay and go because you want to go and that's your friend and you want to support her birthday and just celebrate with her, or not. Like, or not. Like, nobody's holding a gun to your head and making you go through with this. If you had to ask yourself and you had to think twice about it, and you already have all the details as to what we're doing, where we, what we going, what we gonna be drinking, eating, whatever the case may be. You know about the time that you're supposed to be spending there is only 2 hours, and whatever this activity is, if the value doesn't seem right, then just don't go. That's how I see it. Because if I'm spending $500, I need it to be worth the 2 hours. And then especially if I gotta pay $250 for a guest, and it's just like, well, are they not guaranteed the same thing that I'm guaranteed because I'm your friend? It's like, it's hard to gauge as an audience because we don't know the details. Right. So honestly, if you asking me, I'm just saying, if you think it's worth it, then it's worth it. Because I'm with Chrissy. That could have been a whole trip because we done went on trips for our friends' birthdays, and
a lot of people do it.
I mean,
because it's not to say that your friend is not worth $500. Because again, if you gonna book a trip to go on your friend with their birthday, it's the same concept.
If it's but I understand the thought process of being an adult and being responsible and thinking to yourself, if I wouldn't spend this on myself to celebrate myself, I'm not gonna do it for somebody else, and that's okay too. Mm-hmm. That's okay too. I'm a big fan of doing whatever I'm comfortable with.
Exactly, you're not a bad friend if you make that decision for yourself as a person.
Choose another way to celebrate them.
Yeah.
You could spend less money and still get them a nice gift or something.
I do want to know what this buy one get one. I would dying to know the details, because I'm like, what is it that your friends cost $500, and if you decide to bring a guest, it's $250? First of all, you're not just going to decide to bring a guest. I would need to know who you were bringing. You're just not going to bring any plus one to my shit.
That's just how and then that part also makes me feel, it's like, okay, is this a money grab? Because it's just like, now you're just going to invite anybody, or is it the circle of friends that you deem they know you, they know who not that? Because everybody has people in their life that are like that. We're each other's people that are like that. Like, I know that I can't bring certain people around you and shit like that. So that's all I'm saying. Like, you want me to invite, like, just for the sake of having a date, like, you want me to invite people that necessarily aren't even here to celebrate you in this? Because for me, birthdays are personal. I'm not just inviting.
I don't want just anybody there.
But I don't just want anybody there celebrating me that's not really celebrating. Like, you get what I'm saying? You want to spend your New Year's on Earth, that's a milestone. You want to spend that with people that you care about. I don't know. It's a million ways to look at this. It's a lot to consider. I feel like we don't have enough of all the details to go off of that. I feel like even if she didn't want to say exactly where they were going, she could have at least mentioned like what was happening, like what the 2 hours was, like even if it was like some type of exclusive activity that she had to book a certain situation for. Cool.
You know what? And you said something, to go back to something you said about the plus one and it being personal. I almost compare it to like inviting people to your wedding.
There you go. I was thinking that.
You know how some people will get mad if they don't have a plus one. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not upset at the person who thinks, or if I'm making my guest list, if I don't know you to be married or to be engaged,
right?
I'm not mad at the person who doesn't offer that person a plus one.
Absolutely.
Because at the
or
end
at
of the
the
day,
very least, dating someone seriously.
Right.
At the very least,
yeah.
Like, I can understand. If I know some people don't give that leeway, though.
Yeah, if I know you to be single, I wouldn't be mad at the person who doesn't give that person a plus
it's
one.
It's understandable.
But some people do get upset about that. Like, oh, I'm seeing somebody right now. So some people have this as the guest. They have an entitlement of not wanting, I guess, to go to certain events alone as well. Because, I guess for most people, a wedding is something that you would want to take a date to. Mm-hmm. But it be niggas that weddings. So you can go single, because
you ain't never lied about, right?
It be single men,
and it's just like you want to make sure you have a good date too. Like somebody that's gonna like honestly, like I can say for me, because I know weddings are expensive. If you invite me as a plus one, first of all, I'm not just gonna show up to anybody's wedding. I personally would like to know the person, or it has to be some sort of like situation.
And that's weird to me, because there's people who just like going to weddings who will just go to somebody's wedding that they don't know.
Or at least if we're dating and I don't know them personally, at least like introduce me to them and have me around them, so that way when the invite comes, or if you like men, for instance, a man would know his homie about the proposal. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you inviting me to this wedding.
I recognize
at least I can say like, I've been dating this person maybe for even if it's like 6 months or 8 months or whatever, I'm just throwing a number out there. Cool. Consistently, we're seeing each other. And it's like, all right, I might have met them at a cookout or some shit like that. Or they might have had a game night. Or we might have went on a group date or some shit like that, you know?
But on the opposite note, I don't like people who do that though either, who just be inviting people to shit and you know damn well I don't know nobody. Like the guests themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like say if it was a couple who not even, we don't even have to be talking about a wedding. They could be hosting something at their house or whatever. And you and me been seeing each other or whatever. And you, oh yeah, let's go over such and such. I don't fucking know them.
So you wouldn't go?
Like, if it's something personal like that, if it's like a birthday, something like that, and it's gonna be more family.
Event, no,
yeah, it's gonna be more family. I'm not just gonna show up.
I think I would be more comfortable with the game night situation.
Yeah, but like even with the wedding, why do you invite somebody to somebody's wedding that they don't fucking know, even though you dating them? Like, if I never met them, if I don't have time to meet them ahead of time, like, no, I'm not going to homegirl wedding. I don't know her.
I get what you mean.
Because I know how women are about, you know what I mean, when they get me. I'm not going to shorty wedding. I don't know her.
And I want to really make sure I'm supporting it. I'm in favor of this union, first of all.
Exactly. I don't know what they got going on.
Right. And then on top of that,
because I might want to sit up and be like, I don't know.
No. They didn't ask you to do that.
I might object.
Don't you dare. I won't object. However, I'm just thinking in terms of, I was about to say, like, when it comes to like getting the gift, like, I want to put like
thought into it.
Or like most people, I know for me, I'll just give money. Cool. I think that's appropriate. So if I know that he's inviting me to a wedding, I'm like, oh, here, put this, or get a card, like, here, put this in the card, like whatever you was getting your homie for his wedding, put this towards that, or whatever like that. Just add something. I don't know if a lot of people would do that, especially if they don't know the person, but it's just like, for me personally, I feel like that's a proper thing to do. So, you know, let them match my energy. Let them be a cool, welcoming group of people so I don't have to fuck nobody. Because I'd have been thoughtful and I'd have tried to come through, you know, with the wet decorum, acting like I got 6. And then I get here in this ghetto. Because I know I've heard some stories about some ghetto weddings. I've heard them.
There has been some ghetto weddings.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something I be thinking about. Like, you gonna have my guests pay this much money to come to this shindig. Is it gonna be a good atmosphere where everybody can get together? How can we assure that? Like, what exactly is happening here? Because sometimes, I don't know, today's energy in the world is a little fickle. You gotta be careful with the groups of people that you put together.
You can be around everybody.
You can. You got to make sure. And I understand being a nice person and being welcoming, but you gotta have,
like I said, I'm a nice person, but I'm not the fuck friendly. It's a difference. And I would let you know that. Like, I'm a nice person. I'm just not the fuck friendly because I can't be chummy with everybody.
No, I get that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a person, I like to observe energies and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't even... If this birthday situation was a money grab, I probably don't want to be around everybody that you invite here any fucking way.
It would be very dependent upon, because I'm not like the tag along type of bitch.
Yeah, I don't even do that with my friends too. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, go with me to this what you call them real quick. Yeah. Like, if you don't know the person, like I wouldn't do that. Or if I did want you to come, you didn't know the person, like I would prep you.
I've been in too many weird situations that had nothing to do with me, and not necessarily directly in them, but being around stuff, and it's just like I would have rather not been there, you know? Okay. And it's just like, yeah, maybe not so much. That's sort of where my experience comes from. So I'm just like, do I want to be a plus one? I don't fucking know what the vibe gonna be like.
Right. Because I'm not for everybody.
Who all over there?
I'm definitely miss who all over there. Or who all invited.
Reality check, okay.
All right. Period. Okay, so let's move on to the reality check. Like Anna said. What do we have?
We got NFL inequality. I thought this was pretty funny. I mean, we don't have to have a response to this. I just thought that this was hilarious.
Okay.
And we've been talking about football, so.
The NFL really is a great way to consider equality in this country, which is crazy to say, but you gotta think every year the worst NFL team gets the best draft pick among college players. So you end up with the best college players going to the worst NFL teams. Think about how people talk about affirmative action or, you know, DEI or whatever. According to their logic, the best college players should go to the best NFL teams, right? Why are we rewarding the Tennessee Titans for being incompetent? We do it because you need to do that. Think about revenue sharing between teams. every year, teams have to dedicate a significant portion of their revenue to the rest of the league. Literal wealth redistribution happens. The salary cap. Teams are hard capped from spending too much money because we're trying to keep, wealth from being concentrated into a small number of teams. All of these things are completely necessary to having a functional NFL. If you take any of them away, what you end up with is everything else in American life. And the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL really is a great way to consider.
That was a great jab at the Cowboys, by the way. That was a funny way to end that, but I feel like he had a good point, a way to describe it. I'm like, well, why isn't it like that in real life? Why?
He should have been up there with Kendrick last night.
They not like us.
Should have been up there with Kendrick.
Yes.
Them Cowboys always take. They always get
the hate is real, yo. It's the hate that I seen was crazy.
They always get in it somewhere. They always get the shot.
Dan Harumi, you have a point. Yes. So shout out to you for that analogy. That was dope. I liked that.
Very eloquently stated.
Yes. Yeah. I just wish there could be more equality.
When they snatching DEI, so back to black and eyes.
Okay. We're just gonna let that marinate and slide and all of the above. No. We wanna be no.
I didn't say I was black in nobody's eye.
You sound very pro whatever that is.
Pro what?
I didn't even know that was a thing. Who came up with that? I haven't even seen that on social media. You said there's no more DEI, so we're back to black and eyes. Girl, is that a brand? Is that a movement I don't know about? It sounds like something that you are very forward with.
I'm just saying, that means shit about to get rough again,
We rough riding, as usual.
Like we say, we ride that door.
We got 4 years on death row, girl. Might as well
strap in. Records.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to say it. We got 4 years on death row.
No, we do. We really do, though. That's the sad part.
We find a way to make everything funny as black people. Why do we do this? Oh, it's so funny, but it's not funny at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah, millennials are definitely masterful at the unserious. So are Gen Zers.
Oh, so perfect at it.
Yes.
So perfect at it. Well, you guys.
That was another one.
That is the conclusion of this episode. We thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
We going to take this bad boy, make sure I flip to this side, and so y'all can see it on all ends. Let's be shutting it down. I want to make sure people see. I don't let them see you. Put your hands down. I don't let them see you.
They can see me.
Say cheese. Okay?
You gotta be stopped, yo. Somebody stop me.
Thank y'all for joining us on another episode of Teach His Own Podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Bring a friend back to the couch. Follow us, subscribe on all things Teach His Own.
Everything. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm saying, though.
Blow that fucking whistle, yeah.